Grand Canyon National Park, South Rim Part 1. We traveled by car from North Rim of Grand Canyon to its South Rim. We rested for the night at Havasupai Lodge of Grand Canyon Village. Next morning, we began our tour by first visiting the nearby Monument Point. Monument Point offers an expansive of the canyon. The viewpoint is named after Stephen T. Mathew, who was the first director of National Park Service. There are at least 3 outlooks at Monument Point. We focused on only one outlook in the morning and decided to come back to Monument Point after visiting Hermit's Rest. We could capture views of O'Neill Butte, which is a 6,071-foot elevation summit. It is situated 1 mile northeast of Monument Point and 1 mile immediate northwest of Yaki Point. We could see spectacular display of landforms, buttes, mesas, and gorges extending far into the horizon. Deep and criss-crossing gorges were prominently seen. Pipe Creek is situated in the north. We started moving eastward on the Canyon Rim Trail. We reached a point on the Rim Trail, lying halfway between Geology Museum and Verkamp's Visitor Center. Some geology exhibits are displayed there. An exhibit called Trail of Time depicts an interesting map of the Rim Trail. It is a geology timeline trail where 1 meter along the physical Rim Trail represents 1 million years of Earth's life. Subsequently, we walked to the Hermit Road Red route transfer station in the village and took the shuttle going to Hermit's Rest. The first stop of the shuttle bus was at Trail View Overlook. This point has some staircases going down a few steps. If you take a short down one of them, you will see huge slopes of the crayon striated rock layers with Kaibab Limestone at the top. You get an aerial view of the switchbacks of the Bright Angel Trail, going down several thousand feet into the canyon. From this overlook, you can also walk down to the Grand Canyon Village along the Canyon Rim Trail, going eastwards. After taking a few photos at this point, we boarded the shuttle bus to go to the next stop. Our next stop was at Maricopa Point. At the point, the edge of the canyon rim sticks out about 100 feet to form a narrow promontory. The point offers breathtaking 180 degrees panoramic view of the canyon. One can see the Battleship Formation in the north. Portions of Tondo Tail and Bright Angel Trail are also seen. You can view landforms far into east without and significant obstructions. Next outlook on our route was Powell Point. This point is named for John Wesley Powell, who is recognized for his explorations of the Colorado River. Before you reach the point, you will take a short walk to the monument of Powell and his fellow explorers. On the other side of the memorial is the Lookout Point. It is situated on a narrow plateau that extends out to the south rim. You can have a broad view of the canyon, covering a horizon of 270 degrees. There are fantastic views of the North Rim, as well as eastern and western sections of the Grand Canyon here. This point offers stunning vistas for both sunrise and sunset. The next outlook on our route was Hopi Point. Hopi Point is close to Powell. It gives you first glimpse of the western part of Grand Canyon. Dana Butte is 2,000 feet below the overlook. You will get to see Colorado River in several spots. Shiva Temple and Zoroaster Temple could be spotted from this point. Mesas such as Isis, Osiris, and Horus can be seen. It is an excellent location for enjoying sunrise and sunset. The next stop on our tour was Mohave Point. The westerly-facing view is great. Mohave offers excellent views of the Colorado River in the canyon below. From here, you can observe the Salt Creek, Granite, and Hermit Rapids. Below this point, a red sandstone formation named the Alligator points across the Colorado River to the Tower of Set. Next to these are Horus and Osiris Temples. To the left of these is the Tower of Ra. Off to the right is the Isis Temple. Mohave Point is a popular viewpoint for watching the sunrise. The next stop is the Abyss. There is very little railing. Here you can see down below the steep sides of the canyon, and there are some great views as far as the eye can see. At the Abyss, these is a 3,000 feet drop from where you are standing to the Tonto Plateau below. You will get a distant view of the Colorado River as well. Next viewpoint is Monument Creek Vista. From this viewpoint, the Dirt Canyon Rim Trail turns into wide, paved, accessible Greenway Trail that travels 3 miles to Hermit's Rest at the end of the Hermits Road. Excellent view of the confluence of Monument Creek and the Colorado River is seen from this point. The confluence is known as Granite Rapid. At this point, you won't get the same expansive views as some of the other viewpoints, but you will still get to see the Monument Creek head into the Colorado River below. Interestingly, Monument of Monument Creek refers to a spire of 545 million year old to Pete's sandstone perched on 1.7 billion year old base of Trivety gneiss. The 1.2 billion missing years between the two layers is known as the Great Unconformity. After the Monument Creek Vista, we visited the next outlook at PIMA Point. It is regarded as one of the best places on the rim to see. From this point, one can sometimes hear the roar of the Colorado River if the surroundings at the point are quiet. From here, the views are both deep and wide with a clear sight of 94 Mile Creek and the Temple Buttes going as far as 40 miles in the distance. As you look west from the PIMA Point, you can see the Cataract Plain. This flat plateau at 6,000 to 7,000 feet is a product of many layers of rock eroding prior to the cutting of the Grand Canyon. The Hermits Rest Shuttle stop was the last stop on our route. It is an iconic and historic stop at the conclusion of Hermit Road and the Canyon Rim Trail. It also serves as a gateway to the many hiking trails that originate from the Hermit Trail, a steeply winding path into the canyon that begins 1/4 mile west of Hermit's Rest Building. Hermit's Rest was built resembling an old miner's cabin with native sandstone by the famous architect Mary Coulter. The location was named after Louis Boucher, who was an American writer and explorer. Today, Hermit's Rest has a gift shop and a small snack bar. Restrooms are also available here. This location is frequented by hikers, travelers, and history enthusiasts. Before returning to the lodge, we made a second visit to the Mathew Point. The point is composed of horizontally layered, cliff-forming Kaibab Limestone, which is mostly buff or tan-white. The rock at the point is distinctive with its limestone erosion holes and is broken into large blocks. Mathew Point is also composed of Kaibab upon Torowep Formation slopes upon white cliffs of Coconino Sandstone. The Havasupai Garden is located to the north. Buttes and mesas composed of layers of Paleozoic rocks and varied shapes of landforms are seen sprawling far into the horizon. The view is stunning. After our second visit to Mathew Point, we returned to our lodge. We planned to visit the east side of the South Rim while following our way to Hoover Dam and Las Vegas the next day. It was a great trip indeed.